First, it plays at a design standpoint, and second, they improve energy efficiency. Why they can't improve energy efficiency? They have a larger contact area, so that will increase heat rates towards the building. And the last about overhangs. The benefit of using overhangs is protecting interior from direct solar radiation, and it will have a great benefit if we apply in building, especially in tropical climate region, and we are minimizing water penetration from rainy season, providing natural ventilation, and acting as thermal barrier. We can improve the efficiency of overhangs by put the photovoltaics above the overhangs. Next. And here are the prototype for we to about the design in tropical climate region. Each climate condition especially have some characteristics that could be distinguishable from each other. And harnessing nature condition is a wise option. The building use wing walls in two sides, and in front of you can see that ventilation to harness direct sunlight, but if we improve direct sunlight to enter the building, it will also create internal heat gain by the building, so it will increase the load of cooling consumption. So we compensate the internal heat by using wing walls to supporting fresh air flow inwards the building, and so that improve convection by heat transfer. And then Nikita will explain about their impacts on sustainable development goals.
So, with the topics that have just delivered, as we know, the technology had really improved. So, why is it today, with all the advance in science, technology, and materials, we still build houses that require such high amounts of energy to provide acceptable living conditions? Why? Next. Well, our effort to reduce energy consumption on building is related to the Sustainable Development Goals. So, what Sustainable Development Goals that is related? The first is point 12, goal 12, to ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Despite the technological advance that have promoted energy efficiency gains, energy use will still continue to grow another 35% by 2020. Commercial and residential energy use is the second most rapidly growing area of global energy use after the transport. Well, passive design of building will harness natural energy and reduce energy consumption. Next. And the second goal is goal 13, to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Since air conditioning still is found to lead to bad effect on climate change, nowadays it is difficult to use another fluid except fan, so that reducing active air conditioner will initiate action to combat climate change. And passive design of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning is one way to reduce the use of air conditioning. And then, with all this green building adjustment, looking forward into the SDG, anyone can really minimize energy consumption starting from their own house. With the design that has just presented by Bobby, as we know, maybe in the future we can build a house that don't even need a lamp in the daylight. Maybe in the future we don't even need air conditioner because our house really supports fresh air to come into the house. And it's really possible with specific design, with advanced design. We can build a house that doesn't even need a lamp in the light, doesn't even need air conditioning. So that is our responsibility to be working on that. And well, as we know, building a house is a big investment, but it's also a big consideration for the environment. So, well, it is our responsibility to make all these technologies that have presented before become achievable, become usable, and become more well known. Well, that is our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, there's an awesome explanation from before. I will give my opinion a little. There's a good paper talk about sustainable and say about sustainable development goal, which is green building can reduce more and more energy consumption in our house and increase production and combat climate change, which is our main concern in this century. Okay, without consuming more time, this second section is for question and answer section. If one of you have a question in mind and want to ask speaker, please raise your hand and introduce yourself. Is there one? Okay.
My name is Nomara. I'm from University Gajah Mada. I want to ask about what is the general design for housing in the tropical area?
What is?
The general design, the recommended one.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the second.
Good morning everyone. My name is Radit. I'm from Universitas Gajah Mada, and I'm gonna ask you all talk about HVAC and lighting, right? And I wanna know why HVAC and lighting are the main factor in energy consumption in building. That's it.
Is there one who want to ask again? Okay. I think it's enough. And then from the speaker who will answer these two questions, I will give the time and place.
I will answer about the general design, especially in tropical climate region. The general design is you see from the brown color. It's called gazebo. It have placed floor, high ceiling, and larger overhangs. Why? It is a perfect design for tropical climate region. First, it's avoiding excess light and rain, because in tropical climate we are faced to tropical hot and humid area, and of course have rainy season, and large overhangs will be a perfect decision. And it have larger contact area, so supporting evaporation, and then also can creating closing ventilation from the front view or side view.
I'm going to answer second question from Radit. Well, we as human needs biological requirements such as thermal transfer on bodies and visual needs. So basically, environment condition doesn't always meet our requirements. And in fact, more than 50% of energy consumption on buildings belongs to the HVAC, HVAC, and the lighting parts. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, is it good for Radit and Novera for answer?